So, remember when Infantry in War Thunder was the biggest meme in the game? Yeah, it's not a meme anymore. Hey everyone, Trailblazer here, and today we are taking a look at everything that's currently lined up for the next big update, the line of contact. New hangars, new vehicles, a map rework, and of course, actual infantry in War Thunder. Just a quick disclaimer before we start. This is an early overview, not final patch notes. We'll have to wait for the full dev blogs, the dev server, and the live patch to see how it all really lands. With all that out of the way, let's start from the hangar and work our way all the way up to the Eurofighter level leaks. So, without any further ado, let's crack straight into it. New hangars and hangar features. First up, the hangar is finally getting some love. You're going to have separate hangar looks for each vehicle type, so your tanks, aircraft, and premiums don't all have to share the same boring parking spot anymore. On top of that, Gaijin's adding weapon stands around your vehicles. So you're in the hangar, you'll see your shells, missiles, rockets, and bombs laid out next to the vehicles, almost like they're on a display at an arms expo. Hover over them and you'll get the stat cards right there in the hangar instead of digging through the menus. Ground hangars even get demo armor plates that have been shot up by different shell types. So you can literally see the difference between AP, ATGMs, and HE doing their thing. If you don't like the clutter, there's a button to toggle all of those stands on or off. Vehicles themselves are getting little life animations too. Click on a plane and the canopy opens, flaps and air brakes move, engines spin up, tanks will rotate their turrets and roof MGs. Ships will move turrets and torpedo tubes, so the hangar finally feels like a living space instead of a static museum. And for featured premium and event vehicles, there's a brand new detailed indoor hangar. Click on the special hangar or the premium vehicle, and you'll be transported into a fully equipped workshop with mechanics working on your machine. On top of that, you'll be able to pick your hangar theme. If you want Halloween at night or the New Year's festive hangar in the middle of summer, you hate seasonal hangars and you want them gone, you can now choose. Nice bit of a polish and a lot more personality before we dive into the chaos. The Ajax IFV. Next, the British finally get to LARP as a small data center with a gun, the Ajax IFV. Think of this as a very modern scout vehicle. Optics, sensors, and a cannon that absolutely does not want you to be held down in front of it. It should slot in as a high-tier support vehicle, scouting, flanking, deleting light armor, and screaming the moment a dart bounces off something Russian. If you like mobility, thermals, and light vehicles with way too much tech strapped to them, Ajax is going to be your toy. The FR-1 Fireball. On the US side, we've got the FR-1 Fireball coming in as a premium. This is one of those only in War Thunder machines. A prop fighter with a jet engine slapped onto it. It's fast for its PR, climbs well, and lets you roleplay the awkward teenage years between piston fighters and early jets. Good for grinding, probably cursed to fight everything from late props to the fighter jets. If you enjoy weird hybrids, this one's for you. Next up, Winter Poland is getting a visual overhaul. They've already refreshed the summer version, and now the winter map is catching up. Every building structure, a bit of environment, and vegetation has been updated. More detail, more small props, and generally more alive-looking village instead of a big flat texture everywhere. Speaking of suffering, as the recent R400 event has just finished, the MiG-25 was shown in the trailer, and it is probably going to be an event vehicle for Russia. And this is a flying war crime in terms of raw speed. Historically, it was built to say no to enemy recon and bombers. And in War Thunder, it's probably going to exist solely to break everyone's sense of how fast an aircraft should be allowed to move. You're not dogfighting in this. You're bombing, zooming, and leaving contrails in someone's trauma. And because that wasn't enough, it brings the R-40 missiles with it. These are big, heavy missiles designed to swap bombers, not light fighters. If Gaijin gives them the proper stats, they'll hit like a truck, but handle like a truck. And now for all those China mains, you're eating well too. The J-10C is on the menu. Modern Delta Canard fighter, proper radar, modern missiles, in other words, another serious top-tier contender. This is the kind of jet that makes you consider your life choices if you're still flying 4th gen without proper BBR tools. Expect us to push Chinese air further into the don't underestimate this tree category once we see the final loadouts and BR. Now, the weird USSR bomber people have been talking about is actually the DBLK, which Gaijin showed in a dev blog a couple days ago. And it's coming in as a premium bomber for the USSR. Gaijin loves digging up strange Soviet designs, and DBLK is exactly the vibe. An experimental flying wing-style bomber that looks like someone mixed 3 aircraft in the design bureau and then just pressed approve. I'm expecting a chunky bomb load, funky gun placements, and a BR where it'll either casually delete bases for days or instantly meet its natural predator, which is every single 20mm in the lobby. Either way, as a premium, it's going to be a popular SL and RP printer. Now, let's address the Hornet in the room. On the US side, we have a new Hornet being added, and this time it is the FA-18E Super Hornet. And this one deserves its own hype. This isn't just another jet, this is the modern face of US carrier aviation. If you've seen any modern footage of US Navy carriers, you've seen the Super Hornets launching off the decks, dropping guided munitions, and doing everything from air superiority to close air support. And in War Thunder, that means we finally get an F-18 that can do proper multi-role loadouts. Good BVR missiles, guided bombs, smart ordnance, modern avionics, and a radar that can actually let you play the networked 4th gen game. And now for the big one, Infantry and a new map. After years of jokes, April Fool's events, and Imagine Infantry in War Thunder memes, we are finally getting an actual infantry mode. You'll be playing as a modern soldier with rifles, gear, grenades, and manpads on a new map built around combined arms. This isn't replacing Ground RB, it's a separate standalone mode, but it completely changes the identity of the game. We are going from tank game with planes to a full combined arms sandbox where you can fight from inside the vehicles or on foot next to it. And if you want to try it early, you have to apply for the closed beta test on the official infantry page. That's at warthunder.com/infantry. I'll put the link up on screen, and I'll also drop it in the description and in a pinned comment so you can just click it and sign up. Coming back to the ground, the US gets the M10 Buka. Think of it as a modern light tank fire support vehicle. Decent armor for what it is, a punchy gun, and the mobility to get into trouble faster than your repair cost can handle. It's going to fit nicely for aggressive flanking and eventually for supporting infantry if Gaijin ever lets these modes talk to each other. And then we've got the BMPT Terminator, both a tech tree version and a premium one for the USSR. This is peak Russian bias meme material. A vehicle that's literally designed to support tanks in urban combat by deleting anything that moves. Tons of autocannons, ATGMs, and armor that makes light vehicles cry. There is also some naval stuff. And no, we don't have to pretend most of us will suddenly become boat mains overnight. If you do play naval, you're getting new toys. For the rest of us, we'll see them once a year when we misclick the game mode. And finally, the spicy part of this update is the stuff that might be coming. There are leaks and speculations pointing towards the Eurofighter with ASA radar, Gripen E, and long-range active radar homing missiles like the PL-15, AM-120D, and the Meteor missiles. This part is the most subject to change of everything I've talked about. None of this is fully confirmed at the time I'm recording this, and even if these platforms do show up, their exact variants, radars, and missile sets can be very different from what people are currently theory crafting. We'll have to wait for the dev blogs to go live to find more about this update. Let me know what you're most excited for. Are you rolling with the infantry day one, grinding for the Super Hornet or the MiG-25, or just here for the BMPT Terminator memes? I'll be covering the infantry CBT, testing these vehicles as they drop, and breaking everything down in more detail. So if you want to hang out for that, you know what to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield, whether you're in a tank, plane, or this time on the foot. Take care and see you in the next one.